who is running for our county treasurer. And I sat down with his opponent the other day, and today I'm sitting down with Orrin, and we're discussing all kinds of things. We have a lot of similar backgrounds and everything in our religious and spiritual pursuits, but today we're talking about our political and financial. Welcome today, Orrin, and thank you for coming and sitting down with me. It's so good to finally get to sit down with you and have a conversation.
Yes, this is great. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I'm enjoying it. I do have some questions. We were talking earlier about some of the things you want to see happen and some of the things that you feel like you can accomplish as the county treasurer. And but first, tell me about your family.
Sure. Yes, we moved to Trinity. My dad began pastoring many years ago here, and so he is still a pastor locally here in Trinity. He and my mom and my sister and her family. I got married. We live here in town across from the high school, and have two little girls, an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old that are in the public school here in Trinity, and so just excited to be here.
Awesome. And you own a business here in town.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, On Point Tax and Bookkeeping Services. We have 5 employees. Great little practice that we had bought off of Mr. Ramey back in 2017. And so well-established business, and it was a great honor to be able to buy that off of him.
Well, you know, like I said earlier, I never really had a chance to know you. I didn't know anything about you. And when I met you and I heard that you were running and everything, I was really looking forward to finding out, because you said you've been here for all these years and all this, and I mean, I really thought I knew a lot of people in Trinity County, but I'm discovering how many I don't know. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You were saying that you were the president of the Lions Club, and you were on the board of the Boys and Girls Club. I had no idea. That is so cool.
Yes, you know, I had moved off for a few years and was working down in Houston and in Conroe area for a major oil and gas manufacturing company, and I worked in banking for a little bit as well. And we did all that, but at the end of 2016, we left corporate America, came up here. We were already living in Trinity, but we started working in Trinity again at that point, and so. The whole reason we did that was to serve the community. We love this community. You know, it sure wasn't for the money why we came back, but we just love this area. I grew up here. I mean, this is home. So, you know, we did that, and kind of, I guess, as a derivative of that, being a business owner here in town, I was invited to join the Lions Club back in 2017. And so just recently have become the president of the Lions Club over a few months ago. Yeah. And so we're really excited. We did have a great time getting to screen at the elementary school for vision screening, and that was my first time to get to be a part of that, and it was great to be able to work with the students to do that. And then of course with Boys and Girls Club, my passion for the youth in this area. We need so much here, and so it's exciting to be able to be a part of that and to give back to the community, and you know, I'm excited to do that.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we're really just honored, really, to be able to serve the community in that way.
So you're wanting to be the county treasurer, and I'm curious, what can you bring to the job that's not being done now?
That's a great question. And that is something that I feel can become a very long answer. But we'll try to shorten that down. I was invited to run in this race. I'd never been in politics before, and so this was a scary jump for me. And as I began to think about it and pray about it, I felt like, okay, we can do this. And the more that I've got involved with this race, the more passionate I am now about it. I think there is a lot of room for improvement. And you know, working with all the different departments at the county, all the different elected officials, that's a big deal.
Right.
To move the county forward. And so we really have to work together as a team. And I know we each represent our constituents there, but we still have to work together if we're going to accomplish things, regardless of personality,
Right.
or differences of opinions. And I feel like that's probably the number one room for improvement. One other thing is a little more fiscal responsibility with the way some of the funds are being handled currently. So for me, the fiscal responsibility, I know I've went through the investment officer training with the hospital district, which is the same for all of these different districts. And, you know, one of the areas that I think we can improve on is how we are investing these monies. I feel like we have a large exposure there that is invested in the governmental pools. And I know that there's a less of a risk than out in the market, but it's not common to have so much of the money invested. And speaking with some of the elected officials the other day, they were letting me know how much money was out in investments, and it was a majority of the county money. And I feel like that could be an area of improvement, to where we could have more locally in the bank,
Yeah.
and FDIC insured. And so I feel like that's an improvement. And then, of course, working with technology, continuing the great strides that have been there, and working with all the departments to make sure we can move our county a little forward in this next century here, and make sure we improve all these
So
areas.
we were talking about your business here in town. You have 5 employees,
Right.
and you have an office manager. So if you do get elected, what are you going to do with that business?
It's a great question. I've been asked this question by a lot of people, because we have a thriving business and it's very busy. But right now, my office manager is pretty much streamlining that operation for us. And so on occasion, I'm consulting out and stuff anyway. And so, of course, I'll not be doing that anymore
Right.
if we get elected. And she'll continue running the office for me. And then we'll, you know, be back and forth between the two offices at that point. And so
Okay.
I'll try to have dedicated office hours there at the county, and then we'll have, you know, our additional hours here.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming in today and letting everybody know who you are and what you can do and what you stand for. But before we leave, I want you to look into that camera, and I want you to tell the people who will be your constituents if you win what you want to do for them, because they're the ones that matter. So
Absolutely.
would you tell the people?
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, it's a great honor to live amongst you and be here. I love this area, and I love the people of this county. What I'll do for you is commit to you that I will serve you with every ounce of my strength and integrity. I have a backbone and will do what's right, and I've proven that in my career. And you can know that if you vote for me, I will do the same for you.
Thank you so much for coming in today and sitting down with us, and
Thank you.
good luck in your race.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's a great honor.